Hi, I'm Michael from In Tune Music, Tahlequah's Music Center. And it's time for another trip down rock and roll memory lane. That's right, folks. And this week, I'm stuck in the 70s. I'm showing my age. I can't help it. But we're going to talk about Blue Oyster Cult. That's right, B-O-C. On your feet or on your knees. Blue Oyster Cult got started in the late 1960s. They were originally called Soft White Underbelly. However they come up with that, I don't know. But they were originally put together by two rock critics, one of them Sandy Pearlman, who started the magazine Crawdaddy in upstate New York in the early 1970s. They formed the band Blue Oyster Cult and became one of the heaviest bands of the 1970s and influenced people throughout the 70s and 80s due to the term heavy metal. They made, say, 8 or 10 albums. They even had a couple of them. I'll show you right here that had hit singles off of them. This was the live album. You want to take this, Jeremy? Has most of their early hit singles on them, including That's On Your Feet and On Your Knees, and they meant it if you ever saw them in concert. This was Agents of Fortune. It had their first hit single, Don't Fear the Reaper, off of it. Jeremy, you want to take this?
Yo!
You probably heard that song on countless movie soundtracks. There's a long-standing feud between Blue Oyster Cult and Kiss, but I won't get into that today because Gene Simmons would probably kick my butt. But anyway...
Gene Simmons sucks.
Yeah, that's right. Just ask Blue Oyster Cult. But anyway, they became one of the biggest rock bands of the 70s and everything. I was fortunate enough to go see these guys, as always, which is my thing here. And I took these at the Lloyd Noble Center in the late 1970s at the highlight of their career. Jeremy, you would like to show those to the folks? Yo. My own experiences with Blue Oyster Cult were being on the front row. I saw them several times up close, got my eyebrows singed off because they were famous for their flash pots, their lasers, their holograms, and just general craziness. You know, and it was way too loud. So if you were on the front row, you weren't going to forget it anytime soon. They still are active today with some of the original members, including their lead guitarist, Buck Dharma, end of the world guitarist, takes out the trash every time you sing, and their lead singer, Eric Bloom. I will tell you another little story. A lot of people don't know this because you can't read it online or anything like that. The term heavy metal, no one knows where that came from. You're going to hear it today where it came from, here at Rock and Roll Memory Lane. What the deal was in the early 1970s, Sandy Pearlman, who formed Crawdaddy magazine, they were trying to figure out a term to come up with Blue Oyster Cult music. Now the first reference to heavy metal was on the 1973 Todd album, Todd, because there's a song called Heavy Metal Kids. First reference on album, period. Okay, but the band was already tagged heavy metal. And the reason was because one of the guys was going to physics class. He was studying periodic elements, table of periodic elements, and he came up with the term heavy metals. And he goes, that's what it's about. That's what their music is. And so they used that term off the periodic table of elements to describe their music. It stuck for the next 3 decades, heavy metal. You can buy all these 80 bands, Quiet Riot, Whitesnake, everything, heavy metal. It's because of Blue Oyster Cult. Don't forget it, you know. So that's some more stuff down Rock and Roll Memory Lane. A lot of people, if you've got a better idea of where heavy metal come from, you can't find it online, you can't find it in the dictionary, but take it from me, Mike, from In Tune Music, another trip down Rock and Roll Memory Lane, the origin of Blue Oyster Cult and heavy metal.
Hell yeah!
That's right.